With another 68 wagon update for Hot Rod Power Tour. The build continues, still making good progress, a little behind where I want to be, but that's just me in general. So got some exciting news for you. Who can guess what that sound is? If you guessed the sound of the rear door unlocking, then you guessed correctly. So the whole issue, this magic tailgate actually folds down like a truck bed, and it also comes open like a barn door. So the issue is if one or the other isn't happy, it will not open and it'll jam on the current thing it's hung up on. So this latch is actually the main culprit for not being able to open. So we had to take this whole panel off from the interior. Luckily the window was down because of how rotten this thing is down here. I found a lot more rust in the bottom. Eventually I'll either have to patch it or find another tailgate, which these are pretty hard to come by. So most likely we'll patch it later down the road. For now, I just want to get it operational. I'm not going to have time to take this thing off and fix the bottom. It shouldn't matter. It's not leaking anything besides just water down it. So it shouldn't be leaking in the cab, as this channel right here just disperses all the water as it leaks, if it leaks. So we actually had to take this whole panel off from the interior, slide it up out of the way, and then figure out what was going on. So there's a latch here. There's two latches on the end, two latches on the end, and based on what you pull first is what it'll let you do. And then there's also a mechanism over here that the window actually has to push down on, otherwise the door will not open. And this is also a power window or regulator door. So the window actually is controlled by a switch power, which I don't have any power right now to it, and I didn't feel like jumping it. So we took this whole panel, which is right here. We took the whole rear panel out, upside down. We were able to get the glass out with a little duct tape and pulling up very gently. As you can see, I've got some work to do in this area to try to rebuild that and get new joints and stuff so the window rolled. It is actually stuck in the up position right here. So we had to manipulate that lever down there. But we also got a lot of work done in here. Out because I did slightly, not really. I kind of knew it was rusted, but didn't realize it was that heavily rusted. The frame's perfectly fine, just the metal around it. This area, the back window was pretty much in the down position with the tailgate popped open, so I'm not shocked at all. I'm actually kind of relieved that the frame's okay, just how much water was in there. This panel missing right here is the reason that rusted over there. Rain was able to go over there instead of just rolling off the panel down in here. So there's actually really nothing left of the metal. I cut out the bad. This area over here is going to require a little bit more attention than I anticipated, but that's not a big deal. The plan is to mock up my EFI tank just behind this receiver hitch. I want to keep, let me slide in here. So I want to keep the receiver hitch and able to be actually tow. It doesn't look very sturdy. It's attached to the bumper, but that's it, and I guess it was attached to the floor at some point. So my plan is to run some channel across here to beefing that up, and then directly behind that my Mustang, so I'm using a 68 EFI fuel tank, and it should sit from here to roughly about where my boot is. So this should give me clearance to leave a little bit more area behind there for stuff in the floor, tools, whatnot. And then the panel is actually locked right here too. So I can have this hidden compartment. I can be able to get to my EFI, and then I can also add tools, chairs. Maybe if I bag it later down the road, I can add stuff for that, but I will have probably a few foot behind that to deal with. So that'll be awesome. It's just a process of getting this floor made. My plan is to run some channel across and then build the floor over the top of it. So 1-inch channel, probably square tubing. I gotta see what I have or what I don't have. But yep, she's in a lot better shape than I thought. I'm glad none of this up here where the floor is and where my light is rusted. So that's a pretty sweet update. I'm overall happy. The door came open a lot easier than I anticipated. It just took me about an hour probably of messing with it. I'm hoping I can rebuild the guts in this one and just fix the lower half for now. I'm not too optimistic about that, but as long as I can fix the guts. It is a power window also. I should mind that. It's a power window, so the window actually has to be rolled down all the way and it triggers, there's a little catch right in here, and it triggers that, and that's actually locks the door. So the doors, if the window is open, it will actually not go, you cannot open the door with the glass all the way down. So there's a switch up on the dash that actually controls that. Again, I haven't even put power to this vehicle yet, so I'm not sure what power circuits work and what circuits don't work. So we may have some kind of manual method to roll the glass down in the meantime for power towards, just to be able to go. Again, I'm just trying to get it there. So some of the stuff we're going to be fixing when we get back. The main thing is get it running, driving, creature comforts later. Gonna have to have glass just because if it rains, I'm screwed. But again, major progress and not a whole lot of time today. Didn't have much time, so I want to give y'all a quick update. But yeah, super cool design by Ford overall. This magic tailgate, and then also this tonneau cover system essentially operates on those. So, and you can tilt it up and fold it, and it rests on these little rubbers. So just really cool overall. The wagon, it's still wet, but essentially the deck or the floor is all primed, and I sprayed liner on it just to get a little bit more durable finish. Obviously it's still super wet, so it looks really uneven, but it's starting to dry. So that goes all the way up to the back seat, which also folds up. So once all this dries, then I'll get to work in here in the fuel cell area. But just wanted to have a coating so it wasn't raw metal. And then I'm gonna get some liner and also get this done and figure out where I'm gonna mock my fuel entry coming in for the fuel cell over here. So that'll probably come in below the deck. So once again, I can keep everything hidden. You won't see this right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and Dynamat or something along the lines of that to keep it quiet back here. Just keep the noise down from the road. Just make it nice to drive. So this isn't really stuff that I have to be doing, but I don't really want to rip all this fuel cell stuff back out just to do all this. So small steps that take a little time, but should help along the process when I'm done.